It's time for the Bobby Bones Post Show. Here's your host, Bobby Bones.
Hey, Ray, would you play the voicemail Robert in California, number 4?
I'm calling because a few days ago I was listening to a forecast that you guys were talking about. This person had made a machine that could make predictions about the future, and basically there would be an air war. Well, I was watching on the news today, there is a bunch of drones that have been spotted all over the country, and nobody knows where they're coming from. I was wondering if there might be a correlation between that, and that might be the new air war that algorithm predicted.
The drone thing is weird, aside from that prediction from that machine that made it 20 years ago about Trump being on Joe Rogan, and after a certain amount of days there'd be a war in the air. Like, that's its own bizarre story, because Joe Rogan wasn't a podcaster then and Donald Trump wasn't a politician. So that's weird. Let's just remove that for a second. The drone, that's all over the news now. You have senators and legislators going, it's Iran. The FBI is like, we don't know who it is. It's over nuclear plants. It's over military facilities.
Police departments.
Wild. So I don't know that those two have anything to do with each other, but I don't know that the first one's even real. I just don't know, but it is my TikTok feed. I have to sometimes remove myself and go, just because it's on my TikTok feed does not mean it's on everybody's all the time. So I'll just go to like one of the generic news sites to see what is being fed, through the main feed, and it's there. And I'll read you this. Yesterday afternoon, White House National Security spokesman John Kirby told reporters that the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, the state and local law enforcement agencies, quote, have not been able to corroborate any of the reported visual sightings.
Corroborate?
He went on to say that officials have concluded these are actually manned aircraft, a statement that drew pushback from some of the reporters present. Homeland Security Secretary, they go through all these high-ranking people, demanded a briefing on the, quote, unmanned aircraft systems. Now, though, again, you had somebody come out and say Iran has a mothership and it all came from Iran. There are just way too many stories out there to believe any single one of them. And it's not people on TikTok. It's literal senators or FBI people, and they had a whole hearing that I watched some of. I don't know what it is. What do I think it is? It's probably our military, like practicing secret stuff. But that's not secret if you're doing drones as big as cars flying over things. What are your thoughts, Amy?
I have no idea. It's crazy to me, though. And people are seeing them. Like, I'm just thankful that I'm not someone that's seeing it, because that would be freaking me out.
There have been a couple other places, too, where they've seen them now.
Yeah, because just normal people are witnessing it, and I think I would be terrified. So I'm just glad I haven't witnessed one yet.
After John Kirby claimed the majority of the sightings were regular aircraft, New Jersey State Senator Brian Bergen said Kirby is a fool. And John Kirby would be from the White House. So obviously they don't want us to know something. Either they don't want us to know because they know and don't want us to know, or they also don't know.
Who's they?
They, the universal they.
Universal they?
You know who they are.
Because just because you're in politics, I feel like
he's a White House spokesperson. So anything he's saying is like coming down through the president. Even the president doesn't know, right? Like that's like the head of the monster is going, either we don't know or we need to lie about what we do know. So he's speaking for they.
Okay.
Everybody knows they.
They.
Yeah. It's bizarre because like in Oregon there were some now, and they go back into the water.
What?
Because they're all over near water.
Oh, I have not heard that part.
Yeah, maybe that's the TikTok stuff, but
they go back into the water.
That's what TikTok says.
Well, not into the water, back to like.
I thought they just like.
What's mean?
They just up, but you're saying they down.
So before you guys laugh at me too much, I did come to you with this from TikTok before it became a big news story.
You did?
Okay. And so what some of the folks are saying is they go back into the water. Now, that doesn't mean it's alien or non-human.
But not in the water. Like back out to the water, right?
Okay, but then you got to go
maybe they're
down.
landing on a boat out in the water.
Out in the
or they're
of the
going
sea.
down into the water,
I know,
too.
but gosh, now this is like...
You ever see a duck boat? Yeah, tell me that ain't true.
Those are crazy.
I know, they drive on the land and all of a sudden you're like, look at this. Yeah. There's an Applebee's, all of a sudden it's in the lake.
Yeah, I mean, there's airplanes that land on water. And...
So it is a weird story. I don't have the answer to it.
I mean, and the ocean is so huge that, we
have more space explored than ocean.
Land.
Okay.
It could land on the water. It doesn't mean it's like going down.
Yeah, but you also don't know it's not going down in the water.
It's not.
I know,
going down.
but I mean, because
you don't know what it is. So how can you say what it is and isn't doing?
I think I know what it is.
Go ahead.
It's our military trying stuff, and the carrier has them in the ocean, and they come out and they kind of explore the sea, and then they go in a little bit of land, and then they go back into the ocean to their carrier. That's it.
Why do they need to go to such specific places where why would they do it to where civilians could see? Because there's plenty of places to train and do things.
But we're everywhere.
But they're flying over airports, nuclear facilities, military.
Why would they be so obvious? They could do
this.
They could
do the woods.
If they're testing out their new thing, they can test it out to where
But we don't see. People are everywhere. Like
people aren't everywhere.
The same amount of people aren't everywhere. That's not true.
No, they test things out
all the
over
time.
the place.
Like they could go somewhere besides New York, dude.
Yeah.
New York's a little busy.
You know, this is near the water, but they could do the desert if they're not near the water. They could do.
But someone's always in the desert with a phone.
But not 100,000 people. Dude, you go to TikTok, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody has a video going, what the?
Yeah, I just don't think it's our military, but.
Well, they didn't. Again, a senator was like, "This is Iran," and it goes back to the mothership, and that seems weird too.
Yeah, totally.
They would even say that if he's not 100. Like if he doesn't have like an Iranian cousin that's on the ship, you probably shouldn't be saying that if you don't have permission to say that or you don't know for sure.
Yeah.
So that's the first one. We don't know. I watched clips. I bet it comes up first. If I pull my TikTok up, I bet it's the first thing that comes up out of my algorithm. At least top.
Yeah, let's see.
At least top 3 here. Here we go.
Okay, I'm seeing the clips from the BFFs episode.
Oh no, that's brown chicken fry. Hold on. Let's do another one.
Who is Satan? All right, so we're introduced to Satan.
This is alien stuff. This is like they think Satan like comes to aliens. I look at this is not that, but it's definitely in the same thing, same vein here.
I saw this online from this account.
Oh, it's me.
Sports only.
You talking about
Yeah. I'm not in the top 3. Sports. Dang, maybe I didn't have an alien. I guess I had the Satan thing, but they think Satan could be an alien.
Okay, that counts.
Kind of, but I wanted drones. I wanted Satan in a drone. Okay, appreciate that. I have an idea that I think will be a pretty funny segment, a recurring segment, and I think it'll make podcasters a little happier. A couple years ago, maybe not even that long ago, there was a law that was passed, and I agree with the law, that if you play anything on demand that people have to pay for in another place, you could get sued. So if we were to put a clip of a Thomas Rhett song, like 30 seconds of a Thomas Rhett song up, and it was part of our podcast, and you went and listened to the podcast, and you heard it for free, when other places you have to have a subscription, or you have to listen to commercials to hear it, you can't do that because it takes money away from the artist. Fully agree and support it. It made our podcasting life difficult because we can't really play clips of songs. And I do think there is a way for us to slightly get around it, but our company doesn't want to risk even playing like 5 seconds. And I understand that. They're like, let's just universally have the rule of no music at all. You can put a little music in, because there are shows I listen to that highlight music and they play like 5, 6, 7 seconds of a song. But I completely stand by, understand our company's statement of no music at all, because we're not risking it. We're not risking getting sued, because that's who would get sued. So if you listen to the podcast 3 years ago, you'd hear us play a bunch of music games on this. And it's hilarious and fun. You don't hear those anymore. Live performances, like this morning, Coetzel was on. And he did, I'm going to take the high road, take the high road. It was awesome. You have to go to YouTube to watch it because YouTube pays licensing fees. But you can't hear it on this podcast. What I like, though, is when we can have people that play stuff that can be played on the podcast. So what I think I'm going to start asking some of the artists to do, because some of them want to come in and play, is to play a public domain song.
So what are public domain songs?
Thank you
really
for
old,
asking.
right?
Well, other than like
asking. Anything over like 90-something years old, it's free.
Happy Birthday.
I'm going to pull up a list for you.
Wow.
Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Oh, that's cool.
That was 1908.
Dang.
Happy Birthday. Because until 2016, Warner Chappell Music had claimed copyright on it, and they went to court. A U.S. district judge determined that they did not own the famous song, that these people that claimed they had written the lyrics may not have even written the lyrics, so that can be one. House of the Rising Sun is now, I believe, because it was recorded in 1933.
Really?
So it's a year thing. After a cutoff, it then becomes public domain. Popular English rock band The Animals produced what is the most known version. Amy, it's There's a house in New Orleans they call the Rising. You know that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought that was the original.
It's
No.
not. So that was in 1964. But the original was recorded in 1933, recorded by Gwen Foster and Clarence Tom Ashley. It is unclear who the original author is. It's not subject to copyright laws. That's a song they can play. There are, and I can do some other famous songs, and then I'm going to do some songs that are like London Bridge. Because that's where the money is right there for us. When a good artist comes in and plays, London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Like, that would be funny to hear, right? Rockin' Robin.
Tweedledee. Tweet.
Rockin' Robin was written by Leon Renee, a.k.a. Jimmy Thomas, and was recorded by the American singer Bobby Day in 1958. Rockin' Robin ended up being the most popular song of his career. The copyright on Bobby Day's version of Rockin' Robin was never renewed, making it a popular choice among royalty-free songs.
Wow.
However, before you use the song, and they're saying use this song as in if you're going to take a recorded version, which we're not, we're just going to have somebody play it. Don't use the Michael Jackson in 1972 version, but we're not playing a recorded version. We're going to have somebody sing it.
And that's a jam.
That's a gem, yeah. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet. That'd be one we'd like to play. Let's see. Everybody Loves My Baby. I don't know that one. Okay.
I feel like we do know that one.
Probably, but just the name of it didn't ring it. Oh, Susanna.
Won't
Susanna, won't you come me? Right?
the banjo on my knee.
Isn't that it?
I don't know.
We got to be careful, too, that some of this stuff doesn't have, like, old school hidden racist stuff in it that we don't know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people probably wrote some of those songs back then.
What was the one before Oh, Susanna?
Mike, what was that one? I guess you could play it. It doesn't matter because it's
I
not.
was going to listen to it.
Everybody Loves My Baby.
Okay.
That's because she's if that's that was the old version of that.
By who?
The new version would be she's a hoe. The old version is Everybody Loves My Baby.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Let's see.
You can play it.
Oh, that's old school.
Yeah, it's super old. Sounds like Black and White Mickey should be doing something here. Yeah, I don't know that enough to make. I
Okay.
can't see Cole Swindell doing that one here, though. I'll be honest with you. Other ones. Swing low, sweet chariot. That's a good one. That'd be a tough one for someone to sing, though. It's very low. Patriotic songs that they can sing. Star Spangled Banner. They probably won't choose to do that one.
No, that's a tough one.
And that one gets sung a lot of places anyway. Ball games.
Although Chris Stapleton's version of that is so good, man.
Yankee Doodle.
So good.
They can sing Yankee Doodle.
Oh, that's a good one.
Came to town?
Holiday and seasonal songs they can sing. And this is why a bunch of artists record Christmas albums, because they can record all these famous songs for free. So we can put them on our podcast, but they also can record them for free because they're public domain. Jingle Bells, Deck the Halls, Silent Night. They can do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star in studio.
Oh, that's cool.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Brantley Gilbert rocking out some Twinkle. Let's go, mother. Twinkle.
Oh, I wonder.
Row, row, row your boat. Mary Had a Little Lamb. So I think that is the angle. Because I feel bad for podcast listeners because I feel like you guys are the most dedicated. You're like who I like the best, if I'm being honest. Because you choose to listen to us. You like make a point to go and push play, and we're very grateful for that. And so I hate that we can't play music on this because, again, I like you the best, but there's some stuff that you don't get to have. And I was like, well, if we want artists to play, maybe, and they're like, we really want to play. Okay, well, come up with a little row, row, row your boat for us. Everybody wins.
Yeah. It could be like their next hit.
Oh, gosh.
Never know.
The label's like, let's go with this.
This sounds good.
Drop the single. We're going with row, row. Yeah. So there you go. Gen Z wants to shop in person, and that's helping malls make a comeback. I don't mind the mall. I used to mind the mall because they were so crowded, and then people weren't going to the mall so much because you could order everything, and then I didn't mind the mall that much when I would go because they weren't just jam-packed. So I'm not even a mall hater. I'm a movie theater hater.
You are.
Not really a mall hater. But malls, I guess, are starting to be what's old is new again. Gen Z shoppers are increasingly turning to physical stores for their shopping needs. 63% plan to make holiday purchases in brick-and-mortar locations. Where would you say, Amy, percentage-wise, the stuff you buy online versus the stuff you buy in person?
Oof, I mean, a lot of mine is online. I'm trying to Google exactly who Gen Z is because I get these all confused. Okay.
Morgan.
Yeah. My daughter.
Are you Gen Z, Morgan?
No, Morgan's but right
I'm
before
like
that.
on the cusp of millennial.
Yeah. My daughter's Gen Z. She was, so yeah, and this makes sense. She loves to go to the mall. She wants to like try it on, see it in person. I think her experience with ordering things is she's just like, oh, this does not look like what I thought it looked like online.
It doesn't fit.
And she
You
likes
gotta
to go
mail
with
it
her
back.
friends. I'm going to the mall. I mean, I got to go to Macy's because I have to do that. But then I'm going to get some things while I'm at the mall.
Scooby, you love the mall?
Oh, yeah, dude.
You're a mall guy?
I was a mall guy when we were kids because we didn't have any money. That was like our place to go hang out on the weekend. My mom would drop us off, and we just walk around for hours looking at stuff. And it was
How would you get stuff?
we wouldn't really get a lot of stuff. we would just look at stuff and want to get it or run around playing tag and stuff like that. When I got older, I saved my money up and I would buy things like a chain wallet, but then I'd buy the chain wallet and I have no money to put in the chain wallet because I bought the chain wallet.
Never had a chain wallet.
Oh, dude, I love the chain wallet. Good Vibrations, that's where I bought it from in the mall. But for me, it was a pastime. I just enjoyed it. And even now as an adult, I love it because I like to get the tangible items and take them home in that moment. Because I also feel like, too, when you buy things online, sometimes the quality of the product isn't as good as it was from the store.
I think a bit is that's what Amy's saying, too, where her daughter gets it and is like, oh, man, this is kind of what I wanted.
And you want to see it, especially clothing.
Yeah.
I want to try it.
It's annoying to send it back.
Yes, it's a longer process than just to go to the mall and do it in the first place.
I hate trying on clothes, though. That's why I like buying online. I'm not trying anything on. If I
know, but you're also then
I'm not trying anything.
You don't go to the dressing room ever?
I'm not trying anything on.
But you don't return it if you order it. It doesn't work.
You don't even try on the shoes and walk around?
No, I don't try stuff on. Pants, I will never try on. There's nothing worse. I'd rather go to the dentist than have to try on pants.
You don't ever go show your wife hey, what do you think? And you go in the little mirror and look around at it.
If it's like a shirt I can put on the floor, yeah.
Like out in front of everybody.
Oh, so you do it on the floor.
Oh wow,
dude, it's the worst. And pants is the worst of the worst. All pants fit different. I don't want to have to take my pants off and put on other pants. For some reason, that feels miserable to me. You know, some people hate washing dishes. Like, it makes them cringe. Pants shopping is the worst.
Is it just the germ factor?
No, it's not that at all.
Okay.
I don't know why I hate it so much. I hate also taking those bags and going, I take the trash out. I don't mind taking the trash out, but I hate taking the bag and going and sticking it in the can. I hate lining the trash can.
The empty bag, yeah.
You don't like that? Where you're like shaking the bag out for it to be like, poof.
No, yeah, not that whole thing I do it.
I know.
And I said I don't like it. That's when I
I know, but I'm just like, are you sure? Because to me, I like it.
It's irrational, but I hate pants shopping and I hate taking the trash bag going. I'll take out 100 trashes if I don't put one liner in.
You just want to take it out.
Torture.
But,
That's torture.
Well, that's where you and your wife. That's
worse
good.
than waterboarding.
Teamwork.
Like if they took me into Guantanamo and said, "All right, next 12 hours, all you're gonna be doing is and putting linings in." Okay, here's all America's secrets. Here's what the drones are. I'd be in, man. I would tell them everything. Let's take a little mid roll here, Raymundo. All right, back at it. Amy, what are you doing this weekend? Anything?
Oh well, Christmas shopping. Mostly. Because I feel like next weekend I leave town to go to Colorado. So like this is my last full weekend to get everything done that I need to because we're going to Colorado next weekend, which is crazy.
We're going to go to Brett's show next Friday night. He's doing the...
Bridgestone?
Yeah, so it's an arena here in town. And most of the time Brett's done a few nights at Brett Eldridge, Mr. Christmas, Mr. Glow, Let It Glow, Let It Glow, Oh Holy Night. You know that guy, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know Brett.
So he's done the Ryman multiple nights in a row. And he'd always... like the vibe of doing those theater type shows because it's like Christmas and I wouldn't say it's intimate, but it's a lot closer, but it's smaller, right? And so for the first time, he's going to do the arena, which is crazy. And I know that for him, that's a big deal. And he's did like Chicago Theater 3 nights. He's in Detroit the other night. But so we're going to go to that show and I hope it's awesome. We've never seen it in an arena. So we're going to do that next Friday night.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I'm just not a Christmas guy.
I know, but it's okay. You can be now. You can always change.
Yeah, is it changing a little bit
I think so.
as you get older?
Here's the good and the bad about that. The good is there's not like a solid 6 hours on Christmas Day where I feel sorry for myself, which I used to do before I got married or had my wife. Everybody be with their families. There's like a solid 6 hours to be like, this sucks. That's the good. The bad is I don't understand how families just sit around.
Families sit
you can
around.
be
That's what they
comfortable
do.
Sit around. That's
Be
what they do.
comfortable
They
with sitting
lollygag.
around. Watch movies, play games,
Yeah.
put together puzzles.
Be lazy.
Yeah, sit in front of the fire, drink
Like all that.
coffee, hot cocoa.
I like to, and also if I'm sitting around, I like to sit in my underwear.
Oh,
Yeah, and this is so.
you can't do
So
that.
that's when you like to be alone.
Most of my sitting around time in my life has been me sitting around just in my underwear. And I've associated, if I'm going to sit around, I'm getting as comfortable as possible. Well, if we're just sitting around at her family's house, which we do every holiday, I got to wear clothes, and that sucks. And then I like to be on my phone, too. It's good. I can, read stuff and learn stuff and watch sports and stuff. Luckily, she comes from a very sports-based family, which works out great for me because they watch sports all the time. Her dad's a big sports fan, so we can watch sports. But I don't know. I'm not accustomed yet to all that's all the just like existing with each other.
Yeah, spending quality time, I think is what they call it.
And I don't think they're doing anything that anybody else doesn't do. I just never did that. So that to me is a bit of a culture shock. Like if anytime I ever was just sitting around, that's what I do. I'd sit around in my underwear and get totally comfortable. Otherwise, like I was doing stuff. And so it's like 3 days of just sitting around, not in my underwear. That's weird to me.
Yeah. Maybe you can do that this weekend. You can sit around by yourself this weekend, and then next weekend when it's closer to Christmas, you can
Not the same.
do it with them.
Not the same.
Can you do like little shorts and a tank top?
Yes, and I do. I don't wear little shorts because I don't own
Well,
little shorts.
I'm saying to like,
I
supplement the
Dude, I don't go
underwear.
anywhere without at least 3 cutoffs.
Cut off shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't go anywhere without cutoffs. So, I will not wear sleeves unless people are coming over, even at her parents' house. And sometimes even then, depends if it's the uncle that I know really well, leave the cutoff on. So, yes, I will wear shorts and a cutoff. Most 23 hours of every day that I'm at Christmas, unless we're outside. And then sometimes I just put a coat on over the cutoff.
Yeah.
But I like to be comfortable when I'm not like doing stuff. But we'll end up going back up to Oklahoma, Arkansas area. Arkansas area meaning the Arkansas area near Oklahoma because her family will come over there. We'll be in Fayetteville a little bit. That'll be good.
You ever go to her family's house?
What do you mean?
Like-
That's where we always go for the most part.
So you're going to their house.
No.
Yeah, but her sister had a baby.
Yeah, brand new baby.
So
And
it's
they're
all
only
good.
an hour from Fayetteville anyway. So we got an Airbnb, a big one for everybody.
Oh, that's perfect.
In Fayetteville, which is only an hour from where our family lives anyway, so it's not even a real trip. So we're all going to be there for the most part. And it's great. I just want to be in my underwear more.
You could do that at the Airbnb.
You know what I
a little
do
bit.
sometimes? Well, I can't in the living room. I'll go up to the bedroom and just do it. And then
Just set a timer and be like, I'll be back in a couple of hours.
I need underwear time.
well, and then Caitlin's like, hey, you've been upstairs for, you okay up there? And I'm
That's
like,
what I mean. Set a timer.
I'm like, I just up here in my underwear hanging out.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
need that.
Yeah, just let her know. Like, hey, this is what I need.
Yeah, so that's the weird thing. I don't get to be fully comfortable whenever it's like comfortable time. That's the weird. But the good part is I don't have that 6 hours of like loneliness. And they watch Elf every year. And that's a cool little tradition. And mostly I sit in the back of the room, we'll get on my phone.
Not watch the movie.
I've seen it a bunch.
No, but you watch the movie again because it's Christmas time.
But it's also, there's like a lot of games happening around.
Yeah, games are fun.
Oh,
No,
Bobby plays to
sports.
win.
Oh, I think like family games.
Oh no, I have to temper family game down.
Okay.
That's got to be
I
tough
get too
for you.
competitive. One of the first times that we did something all together when my wife and we were engaged or married, I'm not sure, but I was lucky enough and still do know Johnny who owns Bass Pro Shops, and he was like, hey, come up to our place. They have a really nice, it's not a hotel, it's like they have a bunch of
Resort.
cabins. Yeah. And so it's called a Big Cedar. And he's like, come up, bring the family. I was like, great. So we did. We go up there and they had pickleball court, and it wasn't like I was super close to her family yet. Kayla and I had been together for just a little bit. I got in the biggest fight with her sister over pickleball. We were just going at it. And then everybody's like watching, her whole family's watching. And I go hard. I go too hard sometimes. And that's when I kind of learned I need to, for say like long-term success, I need to scale it down a little bit.
Long-term relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got into it bad.
But like, what does that look like? What do you mean?
Why was it?
Like you're saying, like
in or out, or
Yes, it was like playing, or like I don't even remember it. I just remember there being such a fight.
Really bad.
But her sister's also a super competitive athlete, like state championship basketball player. Caitlin's sister is, and so she was grinding too. But we got into it bad. So that's when I decided, for the most part, so we'll do like a Bible trivia and stuff.
Bible trivia?
So it'll be like teams, and I feel like I'm always the fastest to get in every time. The one superpower that I have is I'm a pretty quick thinker, and if they call on somebody before me, and I'm like, I know I got in. We demanded a phone record. See, but I was out of control. I was like, have a phone record this, because if there's a fight, I want to go back to the tape.
You got to review
and
it.
This is Bible trivia. So
it's ironic.
I don't love that about me.
Is that what y'all do at Christmas time specifically?
And there's like, it's like the uncles and aunts, and there's like 14 people, and her dad makes a Jeopardy board kind of thing in categories.
Oh, that's fun.
And there's like, and you buzz in, and I would not be they wouldn't even give me I won. I would get in first. They would call on somebody else. So I demanded we record it with a phone. See, not the best environment for me to try.
They're like, who invited this guy?
Exactly. Who married this dude? But no, it's that'll be the holidays. It's great.
Yeah. What are y'all doing this weekend?
Going to Brett's show. That's all.
That's next weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know. I have to go to the doctor in a little bit. My stomach has been. I slept like 3 hours last night. My stomach has been so bad that.
But you've been laying off the dairy, right?
Completely.
Okay.
And he thinks it could be something different than that. So I have.
I don't know.
What time is it now? 10, 4. I have a doctor appointment at 11:30. And so I don't know. I felt so bad for 2 weeks straight that he's like, you have to come in, because I didn't want to go in because I have a recording session at 1 today.
A recording session?
Yeah, some other stuff.
Oh.
And
You working on an album?
yeah, basically. It's all public domain songs.
Yeah. Mary had a little lamb.
Little twinkle twinkle. So I was like, hey, I told my doctor, hey, I don't have time. And he's like, yeah, you have time.
You need to make time.
Make time.
Because the sicker you get, then whatever this is you're recording, you're not going to have time
Yeah, well.
for that down the line.
Oh, you mean if I die?
No, if you...
Because you're right. If I die, then I
It's
can't
over.
record crap.
No, I just mean if you end up more sick.
I just was like,
Because this has already been a little
oh yeah,
It's been a while,
It's been
dude.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's
much.
been, and I've been miserable for 2 weeks.
That's not normal.
And it's not just it's like even like I feel like I'm gonna vomit every minute. It's like a crazy nausea. You don't want all the details, but it's been pretty bad. So I'm gonna go. Whatever.
Good luck with that.
Thanks. I wish you let me sit in my underwear when I was there. I feel comfortable.
You probably
I
will.
know, but I feel like this is tight. Like you're giving your doctor basically 1 hour because
Yes,
because you have a recording session. Like you're gonna be leaving
Yes.
here, then you have the appointment, and then you go show up. What if he needs more time?
Then he'll have to schedule that with me for a later date. The trouble is that we have another week, and we have like 93 things to get done before that week.
Yeah.
And so everything is scheduled right to the perfect amount, because it's not like we can just go, all right, week's over, done, we'll see in a few weeks. Like, at least I can't. I have a bunch of stuff I got to get done, but for clients and sponsors. And so, yeah, that's what's up. So I'm going to the doctor today, and I hope it's great news. I was taking a Imodium last night at like midnight. You ever taken Imodium?
Yeah. I used to put it in my dad's feeding tube.
I didn't really know what it was.
It's blue, right?
This was not.
Do you take a capsule or the liquid?
It was a capsule, but it wasn't called Imodium. It's some like the medical name.
Okay.
So I took it. It didn't help at all.
Is it to help
really?
you go?
No,
No,
it helps
it's
you
the
stop
opposite.
from going.
Because I can't sleep because my stomach hurts so bad. It's not even the stuff's coming out. It just always feels like it's going to come out of one of the holes. And he's like, take some Imodium, which is called like Lopramide or something. And it doesn't help. So I stayed up all night hurting. Watching TikTok about the stupid drones.
That's tough.
I know.
Maybe that's
'Cause I just want to know what they are.
you
The
know,
drones?
Yeah. Oh, you're not talking about that. You're talking
I was
about
talking
the
about your
stomach. I was on the
stomach, right,
drones.
yeah.
I was on the drones. Yeah. What, Amy?
I don't know. I'm just thinking like maybe that's ailing you.
Well, it's
drones
not.
not
My
knowing
wife though
anything.
has a theory that she constantly lives with, because I'm not stressed. I'm never stressed. I don't feel stress at all.
But
Right?
you are.
I hear
but
you.
it's
I don't
okay.
feel stress.
I know you don't feel it, but
My wife thinks that we're launching like 3 new things, and it was just bad timing to also have all these. And I was shooting a pilot for something yesterday, and she's like, "I think your body's just giving out, and I think stress is a part of it." And I'm like, "No, pretty sure it's lactose intolerance."
It's milk.
Like, I'm just trying to find like a reason to blame it on other than that. So yeah, I got to go to the doctor in a little bit. That's it. Morgan Wallen pleads guilty in the Nashville chair throwing incident, so he's going to spend like 7 days in jail or something, right?
yeah.
Wow.
But like not real jail.
Like city jail?
I don't even think that.
Oh, I really was picturing it like jail.
Maybe.
Not prison, but jail.
Morgan Wallen pleaded conditionally guilty yesterday to 2 misdemeanor counts of reckless endangerment. He was sentenced to 7 days in, quote, jail, but it'll be served at a DUI education center. So not like real jail.
Okay.
I mean,
Feels like driver's ed. Like he just goes in and sits there for 12 hours.
But
he's
you
going to
take-
have to sleep there, right?
I don't know, because when they say jail, they do finger quotes, and then they say it's a DUI education center. It's not jail.
Oh. See, I would think like, hey man, do the 7 days, record an album in there, write a bunch of songs, and then you call it like the jail tapes. You know what I mean?
And you have
Prison
to have-
sessions.
Yeah, prison sessions. And then you do a whole like double set album with like a bunch of jail songs.
Dang.
But
Yeah,
he can't do that if he goes to the detention center.
That's
Well, you
true.
can't call it the DUI education center album.
Right. That doesn't have the same ring to it.
Doesn't feel as like bad boy. You know? So, and he also is going to have 2 years probation and pay a $350 fine.
$350?
That's what really hurts him.
Dang.
A
He's like,
DUI
I'll pay that right now.
education
Yeah, dude, he's got that in
center
his sock.
is okay. So this is. I'm assuming he's going to the one in Davidson County
Dude, I don't know.
because that it happened on
Can-
Broadway.
Can we visit him?
It's a state licensed facility
Hilarious.
that offers a 12-hour DUI safety school program for first and multiple offenders. It's got alcohol and drug assessment. So yeah, he may just be there like
12, that's what I'm saying, like 12 hours.
a day. Okay.
You at least got to do like old boy, put an ankle bracelet on him.
Yeah. Like our boy.
That dude, he's like, I didn't do it. Here's all the charities I do. And I just wanted to be like, dude, I understand what the strategy is here, but the more you scream about your charities when we didn't ask that is you going, I need to say all this good stuff about me so you don't think the bad stuff. And I just wanted to know the whole story. I just thought it was a funny story that he came to the CMAs. But like that felt a little weird, right? Like enforced.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know why the news doesn't cover this. Well, I know why the news doesn't cover it. I wish that there were a lot of things the news covered that was wonderful and excellent and beautiful, but it doesn't. It's just not something that gets a lot of clicks. That somebody, and I don't know. I just thought the whole thing was kind of weird. But I was happy to hear a story. I was happy he came on with us. What'd you think? What'd you think of that dude, Amy?
I mean, I definitely found it to be very interesting. You know?
There you go.
I think he seemed nice enough. We just don't really know him.
Can I say one other thing? I just want to be.
What?
If I were like whomever his people are, I don't know who his people are. Austin Tanner's his name, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Could be the greatest guy ever. Could be the worst guy. Don't know him except for the 8-minute interaction. It was on yesterday's podcast. We Zoomed with him. And what he allegedly did, what he is on the hook for, is some kind of insurance fraud. The thing that I would have done is make sure that anything behind me in the Zoom video doesn't look like I'm rich.
Not the boats and the
Not
yacht in the
not
back.
being on the water with the boat.
At the beach.
Even if like he earned every cent of that the hard way, the perfect, like there's still it's a public perception thing.
Yeah.
I'd have been in a bedroom with a white wall behind me, just being like, yep, just telling the story. I just wouldn't have had, it wouldn't have been waterfront property that I'd have been on highlighting that behind me while there's like an insurance fraud case happening.
Could you go to the charity building?
Do it straight from there. That's
A bunch of charity work going on behind you.
And then again, he could have not done anything. All I'm saying is, I just found it odd when it went up on stream and I saw them and he looked like he was on oceanfront property.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when you're in trouble for something money, even if you got all that the real right, the public perception is a big part of it. I thought that was a little weird. I didn't really think about it till after it was over, and I was like, why did I feel weird? Oh yeah, he's on the water.
Mm-hmm. You know, I'm curious about his movie that he's shooting in.
Yeah, I was wondering too. The Dominican. What did he get cast for?
There were so many things. I wasn't even curious about that. I am now. I'm glad you guys said that. I am now. I didn't even think about that because
we
there
were
were like
talking about
9
it
other
yesterday.
things. There were like 9 other things I was thinking about.
That just
Now-
stuck to me. Like,
that wasn't one of them.
I'm like, I had no idea he was an actor.
Yeah.
Well,
at the Dominican. Like, what role did he
or
play?
in
Like,
the DR. Sometimes they film other locations because of, the scenery.
No, I hear you. It's just he's an actor.
money.
he's an actor.
But I'm like, in the DR?
I know.
I mean, kind of convenient. He got an acting role in the DR at the time of charges.
Well, he actually didn't get to participate because
Well,
the
that's not-
judge didn't grant it.
But why didn't the judge grant it?
Because it was out of the country.
No, I know why. I know why. But why didn't the judge grant it?
Oh.
Like,
You
I don't-
think
we
there
don't-
was no acting gig in the DR? He was just trying to get to the DR?
No, not at all. I don't think anything. But I'm saying if it were just a work job, like you're playing a show, you're doing a movie, like, and a judge actually hears, and a reasonable reason why you should go and be able to make a living, I would think the judge would allow you to go. So, but I know nothing. All I know, 2 things. One, I thought the water zoom was weird, and I get it. You want to look cool. I'm glad he came on. He probably thought it was pretty cool to come on and tell his side of the story.
So we're 100% that was a real background. It wasn't like, on Zoom.
I thought it was fake too at first.
Yeah, like sometimes people are sitting
Yep.
in the solar system.
Yep. I don't. It was real.
His name's Austin Tanner, right?
Yeah.
I don't think this is him on IMDb.
So
There's some weird titles.
yeah, listen. I'll say one more time. He could have earned every penny of that. It just felt weird that it was like a look at my surroundings, but while I'm in trouble for some sort of money crime or like insurance fraud thing. I don't know. That's it. I hope it all worked itself out. I hope he did nothing and it was a mistake. Dude, that'd been hilarious if he like comes to us from the charity headquarters. Now that'd have been the greatest.
He's like at the food
I
bank.
would have respected that so much. Like people are like bagging food around him, like sandbags, like saving. If he's doing it from that, like
But
that,
he doesn't address it at all.
That out of respect, because he'd have made me ask about it.
Right. What's going on?
Where are
there?
you? I really didn't want to talk about this, but behind me you'll see we're building Habitat for Humanity. Wow.
Yeah, I had to take a break from it because I'm working on that house for a bunch of people that can't afford it.
Yeah. See, I would have respected that. That'd have been.
I mean, that's what these people should have done.
We're sick and twisted. Okay, we're done. Thank you, everybody. Hope you have a great weekend. Anyway, I'm going to the doctor today, and that'll depend on what else I did this weekend. Probably nothing. It's too cold to play pickleball, which is stupid.
That's all you want to do.
Well, yeah. That's what I would do.
But I mean, the doctor might also say, like, you maybe shouldn't play pickleball or work out.
I don't know about this doctor. Just kidding. He's my real doctor. I know. I just, depending on what he says, I'm like, I don't know. All right. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend, and we will see you guys on Monday. Bye, everybody.